Hey all, Hipper here. So today we're checking out the new legendary French battleship, the Bourgogne. And this is, on loan for 2 weeks to the CCs. And if I was Bourgogne, I would be a little bit worried about following like a prime ship that is the Republique. That was the campaign ship 2 campaigns ago. Yeah, I get it. I prefer Republique. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, guys. So let's just have a look at my build here. And this is my first battle in the ship. I literally just played this battle, and I'm using Azure Lane Dunkirk with Cunningham and Scharnhorst as inspirations. And then Frontal Fire, that's the perk you want with this commander here. Allows you to switch shells immediately from HE to AP and back as long as you have all barrels loaded. And I do mess up a bit when I do that in this game, but anyway. On the ship, it's also just, the normal upgrades, nothing new there. And 22 second reload, 18.8 range, and it's Jean Bart guns. You have an extra turret, and that's pretty much it. Armor is good, as you can see, 32mm pretty much the whole way around, just like Republique. And again, we're gonna have to compare this ship to Republique because Republique is just so good. You have to be a really good battleship to even make a dent in that ship. So anyway, here we are, first battle, just played it. And of course, as is customary at Legendary tier, the destroyer is AFK, obviously. So that kind of puts an end to my wanting to push in here because I am blind and I am spotted, and there is really not much I can do out here. There's 2 battleships here. Had I had a cruiser as well, we could have done something, different over here on this side. But for now, I'm just going to do what this Yamato here is doing and just sit and wait and just have a look at what's actually going to happen here. So I can say that I much prefer Republique's more powerful guns. Yes, you get fewer of them. Actually, you only get half. You get 6 guns, and Bourgogne here has 12. But they are all 380mm. At Legendary tier, that's a little bit small, I think. And I really like the bigger guns on Republique. And I think they are much punchier, and that ship is just, it feels a lot sturdier than Bourgogne. Bourgogne doesn't have a lot of hit points, by the way, so just keep that in mind. And Republique, it just feels like a tank in comparison to this ship here. And yep, to me there is no doubt. Republique is still the better ship. And I've only played, I don't know, 2-3 battles in Bourgogne, but it feels like a Jean Bart, really. Just, elevated 2 tiers, basically, and yeah. If this ship had, the Republique caliber guns, and this layout here, perhaps only 3 barrels, not 4 per turret, well, then it would probably be an amazing ship, and I wouldn't be able to stop playing it. But as it is now, I am not super impressed, I will have to say that. If I was going to play a ship like this, I would just play Jean Bart and play it like 2 tiers lower. I don't have to, face all the Großer Kurfürsts and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with Bourgogne. It's a solid ship, it's really good, but it's up against a competition at tier 8 in the Republique that just kind of, takes some of the shine off it, really. Had Republique not been in the game, Bourgogne would have been amazing. But as it so happens, we do have that tier 8 that is just so good. So anyway, as we're in a nice legendary battle here where first the destroyer is AFK, and then once the enemies have, consolidated the cap, then he moves in full view of everybody, and it just gets annihilated. And I'm just not gonna stick around for it. It's like, okay, fine, we're going to give up this cap, and I'll go and try to defend the B cap instead, because there seems to be no help over here on this side. The other battleship already left, So, I mean, what can I do over there? So remember when we had the Republique campaign, I told anyone who wanted to listen over and over and over again that you should make sure to buy Republique because it is amazing. It's my favorite battleship and probably the best battleship out there. I think it's great. So if you didn't buy Republique, too bad. You can get the next best thing now in Bourgogne. You can start to research that in the legendary bureau. I mean, sure, it's a good ship. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a Jean Bart on steroids. So, I mean, there's nothing to want for here. But it's no Republique. It really isn't. And that's a little bit of a shame because Republique is just so much fun to play, really. And it's also a very different playstyle because you have only 2 turrets, just like the Champagne. And you really have to play the ship in an entirely different way, really, to get the most out of those turrets. And you only have 6 barrels, by the way. Not that it limits the damage output of Republique at all. I think it's an amazing damage dealer, and I think it's better at dealing damage than Bourgogne is. Especially because the fire chance on Republique is just absolutely nuts. And also, I don't like the accuracy here of Bourgogne. I think, again, Republique is more accurate. That's at least my impression. I'm going to wait to see what the other CCs say, but I am not super impressed so far. So no one has even tried taking the sea cap yet. This is going to be one of those battles where obviously we're going to have to kill the whole enemy team, because it doesn't really seem to me that anyone really knows how to win this battle on points. And I mean, this is update day. Like, it's probably the worst day you can possibly play this game here, because there's so many new players out there trying out new ships or whatever it is they're doing, and the gameplay just takes a real nosedive. But of course, I had to try out this new legendary battleship here, especially as it is a Jean Bart on steroids. And like I said, it's a wonderful ship, but I will only recommend it unless you like. If you don't have anything else to research in the bureau, obviously go ahead. But if you have other things to choose and you already have Republique, just stick with Republique. And if you don't have Republique, but you have Jean Bart, then why don't you just play Jean Bart and then play this ship at, 2 tiers lower? It makes more sense to me. Those 380mm guns, they are better at tier 7 than they are at legendary tier. Let's just be honest about that here. And that's the good thing about the tier 8, the Republique, because it has just like much bigger guns. They're 400 and something. I think they're 17-inch, I can't remember. But they punch really hard. The AP is amazing and the HE is wonderful. Yeah, as you can tell, I am, it's going to be very hard for anyone to tell me that this ship is better than Republique, because I don't think it is, even tier for tier. I mean, if I came up against the Bourgogne in Republique, I would be pretty certain I would win in the tier 8. Alright, things are now turning into, do or die. If we don't make a move soon, we're going to lose. And you see the guys over at sea, I think they're thinking the same thing. Who knows what they're thinking, but they're actually in the cap now here at the 7th minute. And we lost the A-cap, we gave it up. Kind of had to. There was simply no destroyer support over there, and once the destroyer actually got going, he got sunk immediately. And without a cruiser, that's a tough ask. So it's better to move over here to the middle of the map and start to defend the B-cap, or at least try to defend. At that point in time, we actually had the B-cap. Of course, we don't have that anymore. So that means we are going down on points again. And it just underlines the fact here that we're going to have to kill every red ship to win this battle. So I tricked that Kabarovs there into firing his first torpedoes the wrong way, and I took 1 torpedo here in the second salvo. That's okay, we can live with that. I'm in a good position now, and I'm just trying to get the blues over there to kill the Khabarovsk. If we get that cap out of the game, we should win, hopefully. Or we should at least have a very good chance at winning. Because with 2 enemy destroyers, there is not much we can do here. They can just keep capping, and we won't be able to keep up these battleships here. We only have 1 cruiser left, and now we have no DDs. So we're going to have this Khabarovsk here out of the game. And he's staying, in a position where I can't shoot him. So I'm just going to forget about him now and hope that the others will take care of him over at sea. I mean, it's not like he's hard to hit. He's right there, and there's a cruiser over there. And then I'm just, crossing my fingers. And turns out the Yamato gets it, not the cruiser. So I can't wait to punish this really annoying HE spamming Alaska here that's been chasing me the whole game, all the way from A, and shooting HE at me all the time and setting me on fire numerous times. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be a very, very satisfying salvo. He takes out 1 gun, but I still have 1 left, and that's the end of him. So right now I'm thinking I should probably take this cap here. We're actually not that far behind. We could win on points. So if just the other battleship would go to A, that would make sense, because why not? And he might actually be able to shoot at some ships at the same time. But alas, that's not on his to-do list. He seems to be more interested in joining me here in the B cap and potentially losing us the battle in the process, because that's not a great play. I mean, he should have gone for A. It's undefended, and once he goes over there, he will have shots at the main out in open water, and I'll be able to approach from in here, and we have a very nice crossfire going on. But him, entering the same quadrant I am in, behind a mountain even, that makes very little sense. But anyway, I'm just about to finish capping here, and I'm going to move out. So the DD is in C, and there's nothing we can do about that. There's no way I can spot him, and I believe it's a Sumner or a Gearing, I can't remember, one of those, and it's not a DD you want to go head to head with in a battleship. So I'm deciding I'm going to go for the main first, and then at this point I'm hoping that perhaps this battleship here will go for A, because if he goes for A, it'll take him about a minute to get over there, a minute to cap. We can actually win this battle here on points. And if he did that, I would stay here and defend the B cap and see, if I will actually get away with it. But again, he seems to be following me, and that's just not the best play. So the C cap is gone, and again, I'm like, can you, go over there and take the A cap so we can win the battle? That would be excellent. So the main is going to come around this corner here any minute now, and I get to try out my AP shells. There we have it, and that's pretty good. I don't get the kill though. It seems the Musashi took the last bit of health off him, but 2 citadels, that's pretty good. I think if I was been in Republique, I would have done even more damage, but again, and I'm pointing out the cap again and again, like, dude, we need to take this cap or we will lose the battle. Stop following me. This is what I mean by, update day gameplay. Like, you really have to, you have to carry every battle, basically. So the only way to win this battle now, because he's not going to go for A, and time is running out, and the Reds are ahead on points, barely, just by 90 points. So I'm hoping, because this is update day, perhaps this destroyer here is, an update date destroyer, because any, destroyer who knew the game pretty well but just run away now, he's going to win. If he just hides for the rest of the battle, that's it. But I'm thinking, what if he actually decides to go for B, and I can, surprise him around the corner here? So I'm just waiting for the cap to be contested, and, fingers crossed, that would be very nice. And it so happens that it does get contested. And of course, I'm in the perfect position here, because the DD is going to be just around the corner here. And sure enough, right there he is. So all we have to do now is avoid the incoming torps. So, try to play a little bit with the throttle here and see if we can trick him into firing prematurely. And all I need is just another reload, and I keep pushing so my secondaries get into the fight as well. And Musashi is actually helping out here, which is great. And that's the end of the DD, and we have won the battle here. It was a hairy one, and like I said, this is my first battle in Bourgogne, and I still prefer Republique. But if you don't have Republique, then you should certainly get this legendary battleship here. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.